Greetings, my diamonds in the rough. Today I'm going to be showing you how to stop being a loser with actionable steps too. I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to give you some steps you can actually implement right now. And by the way, I'm not going to go over all the basic stuff. I'll get to that in the next slide, but these are like specific things that you can do. So this right here is you. And I'm going to teach you how to go from this to this. Okay? I know this is you. I can see you through the screen, bro. Okay? And this video is not going to have any dopamine frying edits. So if you don't like that, then click off. Okay? For the ones that do want to improve their lives, if you can't dedicate, 10, 15 minutes to this, then I don't know what to tell you. All right. Now, as I said before, the obvious stuff. So first of all, we got fitness. We're just going to skim over this. If you're in this space a lot, you already know a lot about this. So obviously your body is your avatar. You have to treat it with respect. This is the thing that people see first. This symbolizes what you do. This symbolizes your behavior, your mindset and all that, right? So of course, when you're in the weight room, progressive overload, you want to push to failure on every set. Push to failure means that you can't do any more reps. And obviously 8 hours of sleep. And if you're skinny, then eat in a calorie surplus. If you're fat, then calorie deficit. And if you're skinny fat, you still want to eat in a calorie surplus because you don't want to cut before you built your base with good muscle mass. So all of this you guys pretty much already know, right? But we're going to get to one more thing that is pretty obvious too. And then after that, we're going to get into the real stuff. Okay, now your money and career. So if you're in school, obviously focus on your academics, guys. You don't want to procrastinate, right? You don't want to not care about your academics because a lot of people do that. And this isn't really a guide on how to not procrastinate and all that, but that's probably a video I'll make in the future because I have to skim over this part right here. But yeah, basically that's important. Now, online business, if you want, you can learn a high income skill, content creation, copywriting, etc. And read a lot of books, guys. Books, it's somebody who's rich who literally wrote a guide for you guys. So of course, read that. And you want to consume educational content. So stop watching cat videos, monkey videos, or whatever, right? And don't ignore this aspect, guys. Your parents aren't going to be taking care of you forever. Because it's easy to think right now that, your life is good. You don't really need to care because your parents are literally carrying you. But that won't last forever. So make sure you guys take this seriously. Okay, you have those out of the way, but I'm going to tell you one thing. You can have both of those things and you can still be a loser. I'll tell you why. First thing, put the damn phone down, man. I know your parents tell you this and all that, so you've heard it like at least 4 quadrillion times, but it's sapping your potential, dude. It's literally rotting your brain. Your brain is becoming more stupid by literally being on the phone 17 hours a day. And the actionable step for this is make sure for the next 7 weeks, or it's not 7 weeks, 7 days, try to aim for 1 hour of screen time max. So you can go on the settings and you can see how much screen time you have. And right now it's probably 8 hours, 9 hours, or I don't know, something insane 12 hours even. But make sure you try to get 1 hour for the next 7 days and see how your life changes. And trust me, you're going to be like, how is not me using my phone going to change my life? Trust me, the other things you're going to be able to do and the way your brain's going to work, because it's not getting fried by dopamine all the time, your life is going to change. You're going to see a change inside of you in just 1 week. Trust me, try this. This is something I struggle with too. I'm not that bad when it comes to phone time, but I get 1 hour a day, more than 1 hour a day sometimes, and but it's still pretty bad. So I need to work on that too. And I've actually tried this and I've seen it work for me. So you guys should try it too. Okay, the next one is try to pick up a new hobby and skill. Now, why will this not make you a loser? How will this make you a winner rather, right? Now, it's going to give you something to do basically. Now, the time you could have spent watching pointless YouTube videos or just sitting around doing nothing, you could use that time to do something that gives you a sense of progress. It sort of gives you the natural dopamine that your mind and body crave, right? So rather than just sitting on your couch and just watching TV, you're gonna have that the progress sort of dopamine, right? And that's really beneficial for you, really healthy for you, right? And this could be anything. It could be sports. It could be a musical instrument. Like for me, it's piano, and I've been progressing in that. I've been getting better, and I'm already feeling so much better. It's like taking away all the time I could have spent on my phone or on my watching TV, watching Netflix, right? So screw that stuff, and you want to actually pick up a hobby. And so the actionable step for this is get a piece of paper or like the notes app on your phone and write 10 hobbies and skills you visualize yourself doing. And then what you will do is, I did this before, is you go on YouTube and you watch people who excel in them. And this will give you motivation like no other. Like you literally see in the comments, I'll tell you this why this will work. Because you're gonna see in the comments people complimenting them and stuff. You're gonna be like you see a guy who's really good at guitar, for example, right? Like I did first. Like I saw this guy who was like a Harvard graduate or something, and he was playing the guitar. And I literally saw people in the comments just straight up being like, "Oh, this guy is like the coolest guy. This guy's like the main character." And I was like, "Yo, I want to be like that, right?" So I actually tried playing the guitar, but that was years ago. But now it's the piano for me. So yeah, this will literally give you motivation because you're going to see other people complimenting the people who are good at this, and then you're going to be like, "I want to do that too," right? So the next one's very, very important. You want to challenge yourself in social situations. Now, here's the way I look at social situations. I used to be very shy, man. Like I used to like, dude, when I talked to somebody, I used to tremble. Like somebody I didn't know, of course, or somebody I wasn't comfortable talking to. Like this was years ago, but I have overcome this problem, and I know you can too. So what I did is I started looking at social situations as the gym, right? So what a lot of people expect is that they can just improve other areas of their life, like the first two, for example, right? Fitness and money. And that's why I said you can still be a loser if you do those. Because if you do those, you think that if you just do those, you're gonna get social skills magically. Like you're just gonna be the perfect, like charismatic dude. No, that's not how that works, man. You actually have to improve it. So it's like the gym. You progressively overload your social situations. So when you're talking to somebody and you're trembling right now, right? Like you're just straight up like pooping your pants. You can be like, okay, cool. That's like me going to the gym for the first time and benching 95, right? I'm not going to bench like 4 plates on my first day. Obviously not. So that's me benching 95. And that anxiety, here's I wrote that here too. The anxious feeling is potential progress. So whenever you feel anxious, that's how you know that you're progressing. Because when you're in the gym lifting weights, when the muscle starts hurting, when you feel the little soreness, that's how you know it's going to grow, right? So the anxious feeling in this case is like the soreness. That's how you know you're growing. That's how you know you're progressing. And whenever you speak with somebody, there's just a little point I added here. Make sure you speak with conviction, like you believe in what you say. Like so, instead of like, yeah, the actionable step, guys, is to do this. Now, the actionable step, do this, do this. You know what I mean? So let's get to the actionable step now. Now, this is very interesting. I actually did this. I tried this. When you know those people, like you follow somebody on Instagram, but you don't really talk to them, or they go to your school, but you don't really like know them like that, but you know them. You know what I mean? When they post a story, just reply to it. Just reply to it and say anything. Trust me, this worked for me. And this will you'll feel fear when you do it. But again, as I said, that's the anxious feeling. That's progress, right? But now if you don't have social media, which if you don't, that's mad respect, by the way. Even I have social media, so I'm not to that level yet. But if you don't, go to a cashier or like a waitress at a store. And like while you're like buying like what I don't know, like a chocolate bar, I don't know, or a drink, while you're at the cashier, you're checking out, just sort of ask them about their day or like compliment them on something they're wearing, for example, right? Just be like, hey, how was your day? Like I did that at a Subway. Yeah, I remember this one because it was like my first time doing this. I was implementing this, right? And I did that at a Subway, and I was just like, yeah, I'll take this one. I'll take this, like the steak and the cheese and whatever. And then it was just awkward silence. I was like, let me challenge myself. So I asked her, so how's your day been? And then it turned into a full fledged conversation. See, that's how you get through these barriers, and that's how you progress. The next one's this is probably the most underrated one. Like, stop hating, guys. Like, you see this guy right here? That's literally you when you hate. That's literally you. Make sure you get this in your mind, okay? The only people who hate, or for example, no, sorry. The only people who are beneath you are gonna hate you. Like, nobody hates somebody who's like I won't hate somebody who's below me. I will only hate on somebody who's above me. Like hypothetically, I don't actually hate. But yeah, this shows your own security. This shows your own insecurity. Because why would you hate? And as I said, why would you hate on somebody who's below you, right? So the people who hate on you, just know that they're beneath you, and you know others will know in like 1 second that you're a jealous loser. Like they're not that dumb, right? Well, when I see somebody hating on someone, I know that okay, dude, this guy's a loser because he's jealous of him, right? And now the actionable step about this is think about a person that pisses you off, like somebody who literally makes your blood boil, and list 5 things about them that are good that you like. This will literally force your brain into thinking positive thoughts. Do you know what I mean? So you will sort of get rid of this hatred that you have. And this is probably the most powerful one. I'm not even gonna lie, except for the last one. The last one's definitely the most powerful. I saved it for last. But because when you don't hate, you literally that is the ultimate Giga Chad mindset. You know what I mean? Because you're literally wholesome. Like that's probably like one of the best things, you know? So yeah, next one is probably the most important. Now you want to develop a healthy ego and a winner's mindset. So what I mean by this is you want to don't let people run over you, man, and stop watching people live their lives and not live yours. I'll give you an example. So like a long time ago, I had friends that used to like they would do stuff in their life, right? And I would just sort of live their life in the way that I would just ask about, oh, that happened, this happened. Well, nothing really went on in my life. Do you know what I mean? And that is the ultimate loser mentality because you're not even doing anything with your life. You're literally living other people's lives, right? And this is where developing a healthy ego comes in. And this is where, and when I watched Blue Lock, this literally changed my life. If you haven't watched it, guys, watch Blue Lock. It will change your life. It's very unique, very different from others, but I'm not going to spoil much. So you want to develop a healthy ego, and this is something I tell myself every day. Winning, the only thing I need is winning. Obviously, like don't go to the extreme with it, but like you know what I mean. This is just more of an affirmation, right? Like all I'm going to do is win. And that's my ego. That's my healthy ego. You don't want to take ego too far as well because that's going to be detrimental. But this is just something, if you're really in the depths of being a loser, you sort of need this extreme mentality to get you out. And then after, you can be more like humble in a way, as in like obviously help people. Don't bring other people down. And remember the previous point. Just because you have an ego, just because you're saying that, hey, I'm the best, I'm going to do this, right? You don't want to hate on others. You don't want to bring others down because that's the opposite. So the actionable step for this is I want you to watch videos about some great men in history who use their ego in a healthy way, right? So Alexander the Great, just watch like a documentary or like even like a 10-minute video. I'm sure there's plenty. And just watch how they did it. They actually used their ego in a good way, in a healthy way to literally conquer lands, right? And you can learn a lot from them, trust me. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. And guys, just, don't be a loser, be a winner. So yeah, peace out.